Hey everybody, this is Ryan and Angela from LostInReviews.com, and this is our review of Hit So Hard, the documentary about the drummer of Hole, Patty Schemel.
Or boom! Like that. We'll just call it that.
People died, people drowned, but then the boat kept going on. No, there are survivors.
Alright, like I said, Patty Schemel's documentary about her life in Hole and the drug abuse, but let's be honest, most people are going to watch this because they want to see videos, home videos of Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. And Courtney Love, I guess, if there's a few people out there like her too still.
So the documentary follows really closely the development of Hole, and it does this because Patty had all these home videos that she took while living with Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love.
Being on tour.
Basically throughout the entire rendition that she had with her experience with the band, from beginning to end. All the hardships she went through, but the film kind of gets a little disjointed when it wants to focus a lot of its attention because it knows the main draw of this is Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love. So in the beginning of the film, that's basically what we're focusing on, and then eventually we kind of get to Patty, and I feel like it would have been a much better documentary if it would have just focused on that. That is not to say that it's a bad documentary.
So, other than that, direction, was it okay?
The direction in this kind of feels like a VH1 kind of behind the music.
Oh, yeah?
So it's kind of shot that way. It has these kind of weird fades and like
there,
weird
like the
artistic
headshots
tones.
of people, the talking headshots?
Yeah, and like there's Brady Bunch moments where they have a whole bunch of people in like different frames of the scene, and then they kind of go all like monochromatic and just weird, and then it'll focus on them when they're talking and stuff.
Is that like a, I don't know, like a transition to another scene or something?
Well, it's like it's a weird. They're showing all the interviews all together, and they kind of transition that way. What makes this interesting of anybody that was a fan of Hole, I feel like this finally gives the band their due, this movie, because Hole was always kind of overshadowed by
Nirvana. Yeah.
And in my opinion, I enjoyed Hole more than
Hole was a better band
than I did Nirvana, and most people know because Hole, is a spectacle. It's something, when you go see them live, it's wildness and crazy, and you don't know if you're going to get to see a show or if you're just going to see, a doped out person.
Or if she's going to come out and 5 minutes later
leave the stage.
Give up and leave.
Yeah. So
it's a gamble.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see that aspect of these vintage tapes of, Courtney going out there and one night getting naked and jumping into the crowd.
So it shows a lot from the actual shows?
Yeah, so like back when Lollapalooza actually toured, it has a lot of the footage from the whole tour from then. And then it goes into Patty's life when she got kicked out of the band.
Okay, so is it just her then, like away from everyone?
Yeah, and when she turned into a crackhead and lived on the streets and was homeless.
But she still had her video camera?
No, we don't have any footage from that. But you have Courtney Love talking about how she was sending her money and how she regrets kind of how all that went down, because that was really the demise of Hole. It was during the time when, Celebrity Skin, when they brought that out, and actually on the cover it's not her that's pictured there, it's a woman that looks like her in the Celebrity Skin video. It's a woman that looks like her because they thought that she was going to come back. So they just found this woman,
like a lookalike, just to fill in for the video,
and the cover for the album, and then she just couldn't do it because they replaced her on the actual album. It wasn't her drumming. So those parts are interesting. It's just it feels like the documentary kind of gets split in half because we have all this stuff leading up to Kurt Cobain's death, which is a very important part of Patty's life, but all the stuff leading up there, it's just basically showing you Kurt Cobain and how he lived at home and how he was, because that's what everybody wants to see. That's going to be the draw of this documentary.
Well, and there's parts of that in the trailer, and it was heartbreaking to me to see all of these people, Kurt Cobain, Courtney Love, everyone else in the band, all just high out of their mind on drugs while taking care of a small child at the same time. That's just terrible parenting.
And you're going to see all kinds of personal moments like that in this documentary, which opens up this Friday at Screenland Crossroads.
Oh, okay.
so you can check out the film there. If other cities, it's already came out.
Probably.
So
Kansas City's kind of behind.
And eventually, it's going to come out to where you can just rent it or video on demand or something.
Yeah.
But I would suggest people who are interested in Hole and Nirvana should definitely seek this out. Just the regular person that's kind of just documentary fare type person, you may not enjoy it because the documentary isn't too cohesive
and it's supposed to pull at the heartstrings of the people who were
Who
attached
love
to
them.
these people
Yeah.
back in the 90s.
If you're a fan of Hole, you will love this. If you're a Nirvana fan, you're going to love this, even though you may cringe at the stuff that Courtney Love says about Hole and how Kurt felt about them, I think is another shocking aspect of the documentary.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that. So, okay.
Yeah, so I would suggest go out and see Hit So Hard.
Okay.
That is it for us here at Lost in Reviews. Like I said, this Friday, Screenland Crossroads. Go check it out.
All right. Talk to you later.